This is Isaiah chapter 59, verse 15. Yeah, truth faileth, and he that departed from evil maketh himself a prey. And the Lord Yahweh saw it, and it displeased him that there was no judgment. And he saw that there was no man, and wondered that there was no intercessor. Therefore his arm brought salvation unto him, and his righteousness it sustained him. For he put on the righteousness as a breastplate, and a helmet of salvation upon his head. And he put on the garment of vengeance for clothing, and was clad with zeal as a cloak. According to their deeds, according to he will repay. Fury to his adversaries, recompense to his enemies, to the islands he will recompense. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom Labaharyim. All right. And in this one, I want to speak about the helmet of salvation, as you see what's depicted here off Google. Okay. And to get straight to the point, I just woke up. It's Spirit 12:22, and I went to sleep about 2 hours ago, and I had a dream, and I was talking to one of my exes on the phone, and she was telling me that her father died, and her father happens to know that he's an Israelite, and in the midst of her telling me, and I told her, I said her name. I said, you're going to see your father again, man. Don't worry about it. You're going to see your father again, you know. And for whatever reason, I had a pouch on, like a hand warmer that football players wear with a bunch of mouthpieces in it, you know, those those that guard your mouth, you know. And for whatever reason, I put on a helmet. It wasn't a football helmet. It was more like a worker helmet, like a construction type helmet, okay, which you see construction workers wear. And as soon as I put it on, I strapped up, the earth shook, all right? And it shook heavy to where the foundation of the house in which I was in, it shifted and hit me in the head. And of course, I praise Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and I laughed, you know. But it was more of a laugh like, yeah, man, the Lord is dealing with me because I put my helmet on and I was ready, you know. And I tried to wake up, and I felt like my spirit was out of my body, you know, because I was in a trance. I was in another realm when that happened. Okay. And after, you know, I collected myself together, I got up and I couldn't go back to sleep, you know, and I thought about it immediately. I said, that's what it means to have the helmet of salvation. Why? Because your helmet means you're ready for the dangers. Just like in construction, when you think of construction workers, the reason why a construction worker has a helmet on is because they're in the midst of danger, but they're protected. And that's what we're going to have in these last days. All right, especially with all these inner workings of Satan that's being devised to come up against the word of the Lord. Okay? Scriptures tell you, it says that we wrestle okay? This is Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. It says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against spirits, against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. And we're getting ready to witness that. And the whole time when I woke up, you can feel those presence of those spirits, you know. And for brothers that been, or sisters that been through that, you know what I'm talking about. And it's completely dark. You can feel those presence of those spirits, okay? Messing with your mind, trying to take away your faith. And I just kept calling upon the name of the Lord, okay? But the whole point is that we're going to be protected in these last days, man. Right? Because first and foremost, we have the true name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, and we've been operating in the spirit of faith. And you see, let me say this real quick. You individuals that mock Paul, all right, who come against Paul, who have a problem with Paul, you're going to wish that you had the covering that Paul had when he was in the midst of his trial, in the midst of his turbulence and persecution. Okay? Paul had a special covering. And the men of the Lord that are here today in this time are going to have that same covering. All right? And like I said, it's well known what's about to happen. Look, the Spirit is revealing to me that we're about to step into another realm, man. We're about to enter another phase. The Most High is about to open up another page of the book so you can understand. It's about to get real medieval and like Book of Revelations out here, man. Up in your face. Okay? It says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day. What is evil day? It means what? The bad times. It's going to get real spooky and eerie out here, man. Very soon. Okay? And having done all, to stand. You see, we've done the necessary thing to stand. Standing on what? The name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. And not wavering in it. In other words, we're about to be in the time of the foolish and the 10 virgins, the 5 wise and the 5 that were foolish. The 5 that were wise had oil in their lamps. Why? Because they're able to maneuver in the darkness. You're going to have the foolish versions not able to navigate in the midst of the darkness, looking for the oil. Verse 14, stand therefore, having your loins girded with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness. And then if you don't know the scriptures, you don't understand that Paul is quoting the Old Testament in this. All right? He's quoting Isaiah, essentially. He's expounding on what Isaiah said. And your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewithal ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. And take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of the Most High, which is what? The volume of the book. This is the reason why we were studying. This is the reason why we are praying, fasting, taking the necessary measures and steps to be prepared for the evil day, man. You know? Praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for all saints. Okay? Hey, look, prayer is bigger than any law that you can keep. Okay? Especially in a time of heavy darkness and witchcraft and sorceries, which is the next phase in which this earth is about to turn into, man. Okay? That's heavy. I'm going to check that out. Furthermore, I want to go back to Isaiah 59 real quick, and I'm going to close on that. All right? This is Isaiah chapter 59. Okay? And it's very spiritual, because as this is described by Isaiah, the armor of the Most High, it goes into how it says, so shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west and his glory from the rising of the sun, when the enemy shall come in like a flood. This is what we've been talking about. This is what the prophets have been prophesying about. This flood is not going to, yeah, we know about martial law, all right? But this is about to be a very heavy spiritual flood, all right? Principalities on the left-hand side, demons, sorcery. That's a part of the flood as well. You got Jakes out there gathering guns, whatever, man. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. Okay? Let's look up that word standard real quick. Yeah, that's to flee or to escape. Now, this word is nawas, right? Or the Y, and it makes it active, all right? But the word nasa means miracle, and it also means the ensign, or a standard, which represents Yahweh Shai. It says take flight, to disappear, to fly, to attack. Amen. We coming in that time, all right, where the Most High is going to grant his servants spiritual gifts on the right-hand side in order to be preserved for the last days, man, for that very, very final hour of thermonuclear destruction. Okay? So, look, like, we all need to put on that armor of the Most High to persevere, all right, to be ready for these last days, man. Okay? Call law Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Akakwadash. Shalom.